everybody seems to think of social media as being LinkedIn or Facebook, and that's certainly one element of social media, but it is only literally one element of social media. Michael offered something up in one of our first conversations, which I thought was a really fascinating bifurcation of social media, and that is, think about it as being internal and external. Internal social media might be a blog that someone in your company keeps talking about perhaps their perspective on the world, their thought leadership, or even what they're doing for clients. External social media might be someplace else where your customers are currently playing, whether that means that they have a LinkedIn account or whether or not they're actually playing around in Facebook or in one of the other social networks that currently exist. We then, at Imagination, take it one step further and look at it between passive and active. Because certainly there's passive social media where you can actually find where your customers are playing other than perhaps your own properties. You can follow them there, i.e. you can go there and set up an account. You can then listen to what they're saying, good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent, what's important to them, what's interesting to them, what's valuable to them, and you can learn from that. That is playing in social media. You may not be building a network on your own site, but what you are doing is you are listening and learning from your customers. From that, there may be something you can address before it becomes a problem. There may be new business opportunities that come out of that. It may be exposure to a new audience or a new member that you haven't seen in the past. And it may also generate new business opportunities for you. More active social media certainly is, potentially, for example, creating a Facebook widget to take the content that you guys create and put it within certain Facebook groups that potentially drive them back to your site. So really looking at it from those four quadrants, I think starts to allow you to see a little bit about how can you play in social media in a way that's really effective. But the bottom line is if you can't tie it back to your business objectives, it ain't worth it. You have to be able to tie all of this back to your business objectives. What are you looking to accomplish? Who are your customers? What are their expectations? And that should define your social media playing field as much as it defines every other business decision that you guys make.
A lot of brands that I've been dealing with is a way to really digitize word-of-mouth marketing and allowing people to easily and quickly be able to tell someone else their opinions of something that they've read or watched or engaged with online. And a lot of the widgets that are out there are available to really help that process. And Facebook, in my opinion, is a huge viral engine of passing information back and forth between your friends and the people that you're connected with. And you can build components of that on your own properties and your own websites to really make that super easy. Or you can syndicate your content out into the other platforms that would help drive content or drive visitors back to your site where you can engage with them further.
The world has been built around generating scale. Scale to build the companies that we all know about, to take advantage of economies of scale, scale to build a marketing capability that enables you to reach all corners of the land, scale to build media capability that can talk to people in a consistent voice all the way across the land. And there was this synergy between marketers and mass media that rolled on and on and on for decade after decade. And it was based on this compact. And the compact was that if you, the media, can prove to me, prove being a kind of a loose word, that you reach a certain number of people, I will place an advertising message alongside that content, and I'll pay you a load of money to do it. And for decades and decades and decades, that worked really well, and then it didn't work at all anymore. And the reason it didn't work at all anymore was because the web came along. And the web did two things. First of all, the web demonstrated very, very clearly that people are not just faceless, mindless targets to be bombarded with messaging. They're actually participants. They have things to say, they have opinions. They communicate with each other, and to the extent that they do that digitally through Facebook or through whatever other networking platform it is, it's just an extension of what we do as human beings all our lives, which is talk to each other. We're not faceless automatons who can be bombarded with messages that we go out and buy something. We actually have a point of view that we want to articulate. So what then happened was, and at the same time, the encroachment of digital into traditional media started exploding the amount of choice that was available to everybody to actually watch and read and so on. And what happened there, of course, was that audiences start fragmenting, niches start forming, and then those two things coincide. Niches start forming, and people have things to say to each other, and they share interests and passions, and then they want to talk to each other. So they utilize the tools that now the web has made available to them, which is basically social media. And the way I would define social media is it's the glue that facilitates the conversation.